Hello everybody, it's Miranda Jenkins here, and you're about to discover your simple, proven three-step plan to go from overwhelmed to turning your unique talents into a profitable business. So as I said, I'm Miranda Jenkins of the Business Skills Studio. I'm an award-winning business coach, and business startup and business growth is one of the areas that I'm hugely passionate about, and that I'm working with loads of clients to help them on building their successful businesses. So let me just get this slideshow onto a correct view and we'll kick off. So here we are. Now we've got around about 50 minutes or thereabouts together now, looking at how to build your business launch. But I'd like you to watch out for any distractions which might detract from your benefit that you achieve from this webinar. So look at things like Skype, FaceTime, Snapchat and email. Pop your phone on silent and grab a pen and paper because you're going to need to make loads of notes. Close down any social media that you've got open, because I know what it's like when I'm watching webinars. Those things really can affect your concentration and how much you get from the webinar. So close those things down. Now we're going to spend some time together looking at how you are going to go from overwhelmed to launching your hugely successful business. But this is for you if you are somebody who is fed up with your work and maybe you want to invest in your and your family's futures. Maybe you're somebody who wants to get more from your working life. Maybe you're just fed up with the 9 to 5 or the 8 to 4, and you want to get far more from your working life. Maybe you're trying to go it alone. Maybe you have been for some time, but you haven't quite found the right formula yet. Or maybe you're someone who has always dreamed of having your own business, but you didn't know how to get started. Maybe you're someone like I was when I first started my own business 18 years ago. Maybe you're someone who is looking for more balance and for a better reward in your life. And I'll tell you a little bit more in a minute about what led me into running my own business and how balance and reward became kind of the main drivers for me. Now the good news is that I am not selling anything in this webinar, so you don't need to be worried about being talked down a sales funnel and being talked into buying a very expensive product, which can happen with some other webinars. All I am doing in this webinar is outlining your three-step plan to go from overwhelmed to launching your successful business. And I'll be doing that in these three ways. Look, firstly, by helping you to know what you do best and to stop the struggle. Secondly, by showing you how to implement your Power Start plan. And thirdly, by helping you to unravel the massive mysteries of marketing. And if you notice, I've got a little wink of an eye there, because do you know what? Marketing doesn't need to be so mysterious. We can all do it. So I'm not selling anything, so it's worth you hanging around right till the end, because whilst I'm not selling anything, I have got some great offers for you, some great things that I think you might like to take advantage of, including a free consultation with me if that's of interest. Now, whatever your reason for signing up to this webinar, the journey ahead is in your hands, okay? So, you can come along, you can take what you like from this webinar, you can switch off halfway through if it's not floating your boat, but whatever your reason for signing up, what happens after you've watched this webinar, that journey is in your hands. The decisions you make will directly influence the success or otherwise of the business idea that you have. Now, what you're going to learn today is 2 key strategies that will eliminate the struggle and enable you to make money from the work you love. I'm going to be sharing those 2 strategies with you. These are strategies that I've used to consistently build a business over 18 years and to make good money from self-employment. I'm also going to be helping you to learn the solution to the most common concern that new business owners have. Now, I'm not going to tell you just yet what that most common concern is, but I'll be interested when we get to that section whether you too share this concern, because it's based on research that I did with other entrepreneurs. And I'll be showing you how to build your confidence and clarity so that you can set your vision and create the pathway to success in your business. And confidence and clarity are going to be so key for you. And many business owners are worried about where the customers are going to come from. Now, I am going to show you my methodology for ensuring that you get a constant stream of customers coming to your business to spend money. And my promise to you today is that I will reveal the answers to those points right now. Okay, you don't have to wait until tomorrow or next week or a 3-part download. Look, I am going to give you these answers here in this webinar. I won't drone on for hours about me. I know when you attend some webinars, the presenter tells their life story. I'm going to tell you a little snippet about my background so that you understand what qualifies me to help you, but I'm not going to go on for hours. I will give you some amazing tools today that you can use right away. And if you stick around, I'll let you know how to get your hands on some amazing freebies. Now, I've got 3 freebies for you today that are just invaluable if you are somebody who is serious about launching your business and you're ambitious to do a brilliant job. Then there's some great stuff for you in the webinar, so hang around. So you can get your Fast Start Business Plan on a Page blueprint free at the end of this webinar. I'll be telling you how to get your hands on that. Plus, there's going to be another unique and really useful cheat sheet that you will love. Okay, I'll tell you more about that later. Now, here I am. That's a photo of me. Yes, I do look like that. That photo wasn't taken so long ago, so you know the person behind the voice that you're hearing on this webinar. Let me tell you a little bit about me. So I set up my own business over 18 years ago, and the purpose of me setting up my business was to find balance. I've already referred to the fact that it was balance that was really driving me. I mean, there's lots of reasons why people start businesses, but for me at that time, it was the need to balance my family, my young family, with work, and I was aiming to earn full-time income from part-time work. I thought that would be a good business, a business where I could achieve a full-time income and part-time work. And it was tough, but I achieved it. That's what self-employment enabled me to do. And here's some other things that have happened to me over the years. I've won contracts with large clients. I've travelled internationally with my work. I've set up community business startup initiatives. I've trained as a coach using latest neuroscience. I've won business awards. The latest one was this year when I was awarded Business Mentor of the Year. And around all my other business commitments, I am also a mum to 2 teenage boys. These are the boys that I had 18 years ago that meant that I wanted to go self-employed so that I could have balance. Here they are now, they're 18. No, they're not actually, they're 19 and 16. And I enjoy the usual ins and outs of family life. So that's a bit about me, and here's some pictures, just a few that I've selected from my journey along the way. There's a few highlights for me on here. Look, there's my award that I won this year. That was just such a magic thing to happen, to be awarded sort of the winner's prize for being a mentor of the year, for when to kind of helping people to build great businesses is exactly what I am all about. To be recognised for that and to win the award was just amazing. So that was a great moment. And down here, there's a picture of me receiving another award on a previous year. A couple of years ago, I won Business Person of the Year in my local business community. Down here, there's a photo of me meeting my MP up in the Houses of Parliament in London when I was asked to go and take part in a showcase of local businesses, best local businesses. That was amazing. I took part in a day-long event showcasing my area and the best businesses in that area. Another great moment down here was I always really wanted to travel, and through having my own business and being self-employed, I've been able to have some amazing holidays in different parts of the world. And this was me a few years ago with my family in Australia, and you know, it was just superb to be able to travel and take my family there. In fact, we've been 3 times now. But there's been other great moments. Here's the first group of business startups that I ever trained. This was the first group. It was a face-to-face workshop. Here's another group who went through some management training with me. I've had newspaper coverage. There's some photos of me speaking at events. It's just been a very eclectic and exciting business journey for me. And this is just a selection of things that I've been involved with. But today I'm at the point now where I've trained thousands of businesses, thousands of people. I've shown them how to get more from their working lives. I've helped to start hundreds of new businesses. I get invited to speak at enterprise conferences and business events. I now divide my time between face-to-face training and online delivery, because that way I can reach out to more people. I achieve a great income whilst balancing my desire to be a family person and to have great connections with my friends. It's not all about work to me. I'm still maintaining that balance. I travel. I still love to travel. I love traveling with my work, and still having lovely holidays, and I have a full diary of people wanting to buy my time and support. Now, I've got to this point by using the strategies that I'm going to share with you today, and that's why I'm so excited that you're watching this webinar. Now, I've mentioned the word balance more than once, so I'd like you to take your pen now and write down on a piece of paper or in your notebook, what is it that you want from your business? What is it you want? Most of you will be thinking money. Maybe you'll be thinking balance, like me. Maybe you're thinking you want to do something for yourself or to create security in the future. Maybe you want a better life. What is it that you want? What's driving you? Write that down and never forget why you started, because I never forget that for me it was about balance, and it was about empowering people who I could connect with to do better in their working life. Because for me, I loved my work, I still love my work, and I love other people to love their work. So that sort of is at the heart of me. I want to be able to help people love their work. So write it down and then think, what are you prepared to invest to make it happen? Okay, now you can't just get balance, more security, a great income, do work you love, create security for your family's future. You can't magically make that happen unless you're prepared to make an investment. So write down what the investment is that you're prepared to make. It might be a financial investment, it might be a time investment, it might be an energy investment or a commitment of some other sort. But make sure you've thought about how much you're prepared to put in. Are you prepared to put in 300% more than you put in now, 100% more, or are you looking to put in 50% less, whilst still achieving maybe the same? But it's interesting. Just think about what you're prepared to invest, because it's not going to happen easily. Okay, business doesn't happen by chance. It takes investment. So write that down as well. Now, some people might say that it's not a great time to start a business, but they would be wrong. The opportunity is there. I did some research earlier this year, and I found some very interesting statistics on the internet that backs up the fact that it's an absolutely superb time to start a business. This little map here shows where in the country there are sort of entrepreneurial hotspots. If you look at startupbritain.com, you'll find some very interesting quotes about new business, and there's 3 of those quotes here. Somebody saying starting a business is easier, quicker and cheaper than ever thanks to new technology. And certainly I can back that up. There's so much you can do using technology, and there's so much available free or very low cost. Traditional jobs for life have largely disappeared. So whereas people used to think that the easy option was getting a job and it was much more secure to have a job, actually there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are realising that having control of your own destiny is more secure than being under somebody else's control, because loyalty doesn't always work 2 ways with jobs for life anymore. and there's been a marked drop in the number of business failures. So it's actually a great time. If you've got a great idea and you're entrepreneurial, you're brave, you're prepared to give it a go, and you're prepared to work hard at the right things, then there's every reason why your own business should succeed. Now, one of the things that I'm passionate about is learning. Now, I've got a quote here from one of my mentees, a guy called Ian Spencer of an excellent digital marketing business called IS Digital Marketing. And Ian says, business has probably doubled in the space of a few months, and I feel more confident to continue rather than take the easy option and go employed. I have a potential pipeline of contracts that, if they land, will transform the business. Time management was a key thing that, once solved, improved the business immediately. I am now actively campaign planning and moving forward to attract more clients, which within 3 months has happened, as I am now getting the customers I want and not chasing the ones I do not. After working with Miranda, my business is much improved, with more work coming in, inquiries way up, and I am happier with the business now. Now, what Ian has done, the investment that Ian has made in his business, is to learn. He's a very intelligent person. He's very, very good at digital marketing, and he's invested time to learn how to take his business to the next level. So his business is now performing extremely well because he has committed to learning what he needs to learn to achieve well in his business. And I think, as a skills person, as a learning professional, that learning is of utmost importance if you're going to start and grow and expand an amazing business. You do not know everything yet, okay? And anybody who thinks they do is mistaken. So you can do the maths here. You can save money by not accessing the right kind of help. Okay, so many people misguidedly think about when they're starting a business, they don't have very big budgets and they don't access help. Well, the result, often people don't build and grow very successful businesses. Or, like Ian, you can invest in help and achieve thousands back as a result. So I'm just showing you that small investments will bring you good outcomes. If you don't make an investment, then you can't get anything back. So let's get started on the content of the webinar. Congratulations from me for coming along. You are going to reap the rewards for investing your time today. So I promised you a 3-step plan, okay, to go from overwhelmed to launching your own successful business. And the first part of that plan, step 1, is to know what you do best, to stop struggling, and then to build your business around this. Now, I've got 2 strategies that will help you get clear on this. So we've got here some ideas thrown onto this page around the skills, experiences and talents that you may have. Now, one thing you need to do for sure is to be really, really clear on your own skills, your own experiences and your own talents, and what that then equips you to do. Now, I've brainstormed onto this slide some different things that you need to take stock of. What is your work experience? What is your pedigree? What qualifications do you have? What successes have you had? What things have you learned how to do? Have you been a volunteer? Have you won awards? Have you got achievements? Have you got the things that you're really proud of that you've done really, really well at? There's loads in your background that equips you to start and launch a successful business. So the first strategy is to become really aware of what you do well by thinking of some of these things. Oh, I'll just click back. There we go. So have a good old think about all those things, and then what you do, sorry, the PowerPoint is jumping around all over the place here. Let me just go back. This is where I want to be. Once you have brainstormed all your skills, your experience, your achievements, your successes, your strengths, you can put together your pedigree. Now, I'll just tell you a little bit where this idea of a pedigree came from, because this is a really important strategy that I've used over the years. A pedigree is what qualifies you to do something, okay? Now, I had an example of this in my own work experience several years ago when I was asked to write a course about confidence. And I was really up for that. I thought, yeah, no, I can write a course about confidence. I'm a training person. I can put this together. I can create a great learning experience for these people that will really build their confidence. And then I had a sudden funny moment. It was a bit bizarre, really. I suddenly thought, oh, do you know, I'm not sure I can write a course about confidence. What qualifies me to write a course about confidence? I thought, I'm not a psychotherapist. I'm not a counsellor. I'm not a scientist. I thought, I can't do this. And I had a funny moment, and I sat down with a business coach, and who was also a friend of mine, and she said, Miranda, what's going on here? Because you used to write great courses and you bring a lot of confidence into your courses anyway. What's stopping you now? And I said, I just don't think I'm qualified to write a course about confidence. In fact, what was ironic is I lost my confidence in writing the course about confidence. And the strategy that we put together for me to overcome this block was that I would write my pedigree. And my pedigree was going to be what qualifies me to write a course about confidence. So I listed everything. And in fact, I ended up with 2 pages of bullet points that just listed all the things I'd done over the years that I felt qualified me to write a course about confidence. And there's nothing there on that list that you particularly need to take note of. But you yourself have a great pedigree. You have all your skills, your experience, your achievements, your work history. You have all of that equips you to do what you want to do next. So write your pedigree, write it down and look at it and acknowledge it. Acknowledge what you're good at. Oh dear, this does keep jumping around. Because when you do what you love and what you are good at, you eliminate the struggle. When you're trying to do something that maybe you don't like very much and that you don't feel very good at, that's where the struggle comes in. And if you want to eliminate the struggle from your working life, you've really got to focus on doing what you love and what you are good at. And writing your pedigree will help you to identify what you love and what you are good at. Now, there's another way to do this, which is to also ask those who know you best for open and honest feedback. Okay, and that's my second strategy. This is the first part of your plan, but it's strategy number 2. You need to ask other people questions like this. So, what do you see as my major personality or skill strengths? What do you see as my marketable skills? What kind of environment do you see me working in? What do you think I need from my work? And what do you see in me that I probably don't see in myself? Now, these 5 questions were adapted from a feedback exercise in a book called The Secrets of Six-Figure Women by Barbara Stanny. But these questions work really, really well for getting the feedback that you need from people who know you well, who see things in you that maybe you don't see in yourself. So if you combine other people's feedback with your own pedigree, then you are going to get a really good picture of what it is that you love to do and what it is that you do best. And then that's where your business idea sits. It's somewhere in there. So do your pedigree and ask those who know you best for open and honest feedback. So look, this is your journey. Remember that you're at the controls and your future lies ahead of you, and the decisions you make now will make it happen. So don't think to yourself, oh yeah, I'll write my pedigree someday, or I'll get some feedback another day. Put it down now that you're going to do that today, okay? You are going to write your pedigree today, and you are going to ask those 5 questions to some people that you know, who know you well, so that they give you some really valuable feedback so that you can optimize your skill set, your experience, and craft a business idea that represents what you love and what you do well. So don't miss those two strategies. So if you've got step 1 sorted, which is to identify what you do best and what you love so that you can overcome the struggle, now you're ready to dive into step 2. So the next vital step is to implement your foolproof Power Start plan. Okay. Now, my market research shows that help with planning is what most people see as the priority, followed by help with market research, pricing and marketing. Now, I think this is quite relevant because look, can you see this bar chart here where planning comes out as the highest, the longest bar? Well, I did some research with business owners to ask what it was that they felt they most needed help with when they were launching their business, and I thought maybe it would be marketing and selling, but actually most business owners, or the majority, as you can see, came out saying that planning was the thing they felt they needed most help with. Hence, I've put together this little plan for you today. So you need a plan to get going. You probably can't get going without a plan. So my Power Start plan comprises these 3 steps. Okay, you need to first of all pinpoint the product or service that you want to sell, remembering what you're good at. Okay, you've already started work on that by doing your pedigree and by getting feedback. Number 2, you need to research the customers who need this product or service. You need to talk to them to find out their views and their likes and their dislikes so that you can really craft a great product or service. And then thirdly, you need to find your purple cow, and that's your Power Start plan. So I'm going to talk you through a few more details around the Power Start plan now. Now, I think if you've done your pedigree and if you've asked for feedback from those who know you best, you've probably got pretty close to pinpointing the product or service that you want to sell. So I'm going to give that one a tick, which means that now you need to check out with potential customers whether they really do need that product or service. So you need to get to know your customers. You need to do plenty of customer research. Don't guess what they think. It's better to find out that they're not that first by your business idea, but then to take their feedback and tweak your business idea so that you come back with a much, much better offer. It's much better to find that out before you've invested loads of time and money in your business startup. Now, one way that you can do some great business startup research is to use a tool such as surveymonkey.com, which is a customer survey tool. Now, there's others available. This is just one that I use, and there are other free survey tools available online. You can Google free online surveys, and you'll find a range of them, including SurveyMonkey. And the lovely thing about an online bit of online research is that these are free and easy to send by email or Facebook. So you could create a little survey online and then send it to your colleagues, your contacts by email or Facebook and just gather their feedback. And that's a superb way and a very easy way of finding out how they feel about the product or service that you're wanting to launch in your business. You need to ask your potential customers lots of questions, but be careful of well-meaning family and friends. And I only say that because I've seen this go wrong a couple of times before with people, because well-meaning family and friends will sometimes be a little bit too encouraging. They'll say things like, yeah, that's a great business idea. Oh yes, I definitely come and shop in your shop if you opened it on that road in that town. And they're saying it to be encouraging, but when the time comes, they didn't really mean it. They just wanted to encourage you. So be careful of well-meaning family and friends. You could also get to know your customers by setting up focus groups, which is a market research tool. It's where you get groups of people in a room and you ask them questions. But the groups of people you need in that room are people who fit your target customer profile. So it's no good if you've got a product that's for the elderly, say having a group of your son or daughter's friends sitting in a room and answering questions, because they are not your target customer profile. So that you know what questions you need to ask those customers. You really need to know what it is that you need to find out. So you can, if you think to yourself, oh, I maybe need to know about how much they're prepared to spend, how often they have this problem that I'm trying to solve. I maybe need to know how they're resolving this problem currently. You need to spend some time thinking what the questions are. So what are the questions? What are the answers that you need to know about your potential customers? Now, here's an example of a survey that one of my clients put together a few years ago using surveymonkey.com. And this is just the first part of the survey. And this client was going to set up an IT business, IT support. And they thought, well, 3 things that I want to know are, how often do my customers need my IT support, or might they need it? what sort of help do they need, and how much would they be prepared to pay. So they crafted a survey around these 3 questions, and as you can see, for each question there were a range of options available. And once they'd created this survey, they were able to send the link out electronically to friends, family, Facebook, anyone who had a computer basically. And they were then able to ask people to help them by giving some feedback. So you may, if you use this technique, you may need to say, if you are this kind of person who has this kind of need, please answer this survey to help me with my market research. It's back to that point of, you don't want your market research tainted by the views of people who aren't in your target market. But this is a really economical and easy way to gather information, and it's really, really valuable. I've seen my clients completely change the way they structure their business and their products and services based on this feedback that's received at market research stage. And it's kind of made a massive impact, but it's positive. It really, really, it helps people craft a much better offer. So hopefully in the Power Start plan you have pinpointed the product or service that you want to sell. Hopefully you've learned as much as you can about the customers who need the product or service by doing your research. The third part of the Power Start plan was to find your purple cow. And you're probably thinking, why do I need a purple cow in my business? So I just need to tell you a little bit about the purple cow. And the idea of the purple cow comes from Seth Godin, who's an American marketer, very, very clever marketing chap. He introduced the idea that if you were driving and you saw a field of cows, let's assume they were black and white cows, Friesians like the one in this picture. If actually you just kept seeing field after field of black and white cows, you won't particularly notice any one cow more than any other. But if one of the cows was purple, then you would notice. And you wouldn't just notice, you'd probably remark on it to your passengers in the car. You would probably tell the people who you were meeting later in the day that you'd seen a purple cow. You'd probably tell people at a family gathering 6 months later. You might even mention the fact that you saw a purple cow several years down the line. And if anyone else said they were looking for a purple cow, you would say, I saw one, it was in the field. And you could probably name the location because it was so memorable. There's this concept that we can get lost in the herd if we're not careful as businesses. There are so many businesses. We're so international now. The internet has made everything so accessible. If we're not careful, we get lost in the herd. And that is why you need a purple cow in your business. You need something that stands out as different and remarkable. And you can find your purple cow by writing a list of all conventions. These are the things that are usually done in a business like yours. And what you do is you turn those conventions on their head. So if it's normal in your industry to reply to all correspondence within 24 hours, then maybe you could create a difference in your business by you respond to all correspondence within 2 hours. Maybe you can just be a whole lot quicker. If uniforms are always worn and those uniforms are always black in businesses like yours, then maybe in your business you could turn it on its head by wearing red. It's just you take what's normally done and you do it differently so that it's memorable. I saw this done with training. I saw a training company that instead of charging a set price to attend a seminar, a workshop, they said, no, you pay what you think it's worth. And they turned the whole convention around. Well, it costs, £100 to attend this one-day workshop. They said, no, you attend it and then you pay what you think it's worth. And that was a lovely way of being a little bit purple in your business. And your challenge really is to look at all the conventions and ask yourself which ones might be interesting to explore further if you flip them on their head. And that makes you a bit more purple. And there's your Power Start plan. You need to pinpoint the product or service that you want to sell, remembering what you're good at. You need to research the customers who need the product or service by talking to them, doing your market research, and then you need to find your purple cow, even if it is just that you wear something different that makes you memorable and makes you stand out. You find the thing that people will talk about. So if you follow your Power Start plan without fail, then you'll be ready to start telling the world that your business is coming. But before you do that, you need to stop. Why? You mustn't even think of going any further unless you are prepared to unravel the massive mysteries of marketing so that you can find the customers with cash to spend. But actually, do you know what? Marketing actually isn't a mystery at all. It's all just there to be learned, and there is so much you can do free or low cost. And there's a free cheat sheet. I promised you a second freebie. If you hang around to the end of this webinar, there's a free cheat sheet of my favourite marketing freebies coming up, and I'll tell you how to get hold of that. It's 20 free and low cost marketing tools that you can use to help you promote your business. So this is the third part of my success formula for business startup. It's to unravel the massive mysteries of marketing. And all it is really is that you need to get your head around that there are 4 Ps in marketing. And even there's lots of theories of marketing, and there's some very good stuff, very, very good stuff available on the internet. But I come back to the 4 Ps, which I was taught when I was a college student many, many years ago. I learned that the fundamentals of marketing were that you needed a great product at a great price, available in great places, and promoted in great ways. And if you can think about marketing like that, it really stops it from being this mysterious thing, because actually you are learning now how to put a great product together. You can explore how to get the pricing right. You can think of great places to sell through, and you can learn to promote in a great way. Now, the single biggest way to create loads of leads and inquiries and to find the customers who have cash to spend in your business is to build your 9 promotional pillars. Now, let me show you how this works. I want you to get a pen and a piece of paper now and draw a funnel. This is a very simple way to think about how you get sales in your business. You generate loads of leads which pour in at the top of your funnel, and out the bottom pop sales. That's what we hope for, and what we hope actually is that every lead turns to a sale. But the truth is that not every lead will turn to a sale. What you need is enough leads coming in at the top so that enough sales pop out at the bottom. But the big question is, how do you get the leads? Now, I'm going to show you that you need 9 promotional pillars in place so that you can generate enough leads. So here's some examples of promotional pillars. Now, I've actually got 10 here. I was having a think about different promotional pillars that I use in my business from time to time. So things such as promoting your business through a loyalty scheme, through flyers, through exhibitions, through advertising, through a brochure, through speaking at events, through an e-newsletter, through networking, through website, through social media. Just for example, there are 10 promotional pillars there that will work to reinforce the message to potential customers and bring you leads. So you could add on to that. You could have SEO, search engine optimization, Google AdWords, PR, sponsorship, free tasters, mailing campaigns, cold calling, webinars like this one. There's so much you can be doing. The important thing is you can't just over-rely on 1 or 2 ways of promoting your business, because if you become over-reliant on 1 or 2, you stand to not only miss potentially leads that could come from other sources, but if that promotional pillar stops working for you, you will end up having fewer leads coming into your business. So what you should be looking to do is to build 9 promotional pillars that really help you reach out to the customers that you want to target. Now, I've got a free download on the businessskillsstudio.com website all about how to build your 9 promotional pillars. So check that out. Do go across to businessskillsstudio.com and have a look at the free resources and check out the 9 promotional pillars resource. So do you get it now? That is the massive mystery of marketing unravelled. You need to understand your 4 Ps and you need to understand your 9 promotional pillars. The final part of your moving from overwhelmed to launching your own successful business would be to think about how you can build confidence and clarity in what you're doing. You will achieve this by creating and sticking to your Power Start plan. I've given you the steps in this webinar and the important things to do in the right order. If you create and stick to your Power Start plan, you will build the confidence and clarity in what you're doing, and you will know what you need to do next. And my rules are simple. If I don't enjoy doing something, I stop doing it. I stay around positive people. I always keep focused on the goal, if you like, the prize. This is why I started my business. So when I asked you to write down earlier why you want to start this business, that's my way of saying to you, just keep focused on that and build your network of inspiring, supportive people so that you feel that you're not in this alone. Because starting a business can feel like a lonely thing, and it really is important that you don't try and operate alone out there, that you've built this network of inspiring, supportive people around you. So there's one thing that I would like you to take away from today's webinar. It's that you will earn the best money doing what you know you do best. If you find that something feels like a struggle, it means you have moved off purpose, and we need to be on purpose to work at our best, work to our best potential. So start with the question why. Remember why you want to do this. And getting your business off the ground and succeeding is 100% possible with the right approach and the right support in place. Now, the good news is, I said at the beginning, I am not selling anything in this webinar. All I have done for you is outlined your 3-step plan to go from overwhelmed to launching your own successful business. Firstly, to know what you do best and to stop struggling. Secondly, to implement your Power Start plan. And thirdly, to unravel the massive mysteries of marketing. If you do those 3 things, you will do extraordinarily well at launching your new business. So I'm not sure why you attended today's training. Maybe you're stuck with your business startup, or you're a bit confused. Maybe you're ready to take things up a notch, but you don't know what to do next. Maybe you are feeling disillusioned with your work and you know that with a bit of encouragement you could transform your life. Maybe you're fed up with struggling and you just want the money to flow a bit easier. You might be wondering, how do I take that step into my own business knowing that I'm on the right track and that I can make it a success? Now, you have a choice. You can take what you've learned today plus the freebies that I'm going to offer you, and you can apply it all on your own. Or you can do it safely with full support, backup and stacks of essential business know-how by joining the 10-week startup program. But I'm not here to sell that program to you now. Whatever your reason for signing up to this webinar, the journey ahead is in your hands. So as I said, you can take the stuff and run with it. Or if you want a little bit of support, then maybe you just want to have a little bit of a chat to me about how you can get this going really, really well for you. But that chat wouldn't be for you if you are afraid to make a small investment of time to learn the skills and knowledge that you need to succeed. Having a chat with me isn't for you if you don't want to take action. Okay, I only work with action takers. Having a 30-minute chat with me isn't for you if you aren't prepared to work hard to learn what it takes to succeed in business in the 21st century. And having a chat with me isn't for you if you expect success to land on your plate without taking time to learn and implement. But if you are eager to build your profitable business, you do want to learn, you're prepared to work consistently, and you would like to be part of my community of like-minded, ambitious people who can share and support you on your journey. And if you want a little bit of help from me to coach you to success, then, as I said, I promised you no selling today, but how would you like a free 30-minute strategy session with me? How would that sound? I've got limited slots available. I allocate half a day a month to offering free 30-minute strategy sessions. And in those sessions, I can review where you are at and identify how to propel you forwards. Here's clients that have worked with me in the past. I've got a client, Abby, who's still with me. She's a creative and business development consultant. And she said, Miranda is a really inspiring individual, which is what I thought when I attended one of her workshops in 2013. And it was over a year later that Abby called me. She remembered me and she asked me to be her business coach. And through working together, we've been able to quickly identify a business development strategy much quicker than Abby could have alone. She works with me in coaching sessions to identify goals, resources, and we discuss things. And Abby's kindly saying that she finds that I bring a wealth of experience to my work and I'm highly skilled in my role. So that's one of my clients. And here's another client who has had some transformational times in her business since I've been working with it. She says, I think the biggest difference is that I feel I do have a business now. I'm no longer playing at it. I have developed fresh ways of working and explored new opportunities, which I never would have imagined possible without the confidence I've gained through Miranda's mentoring. I'm in the process of launching a new product range, featuring my own unique designs with the hope of providing passive income, a term I'd never heard of before I worked with Miranda. I have the confidence to deliver a mosaic class independent of an organisation, and I've developed a booking page on my website. I also have plans for a much larger project, which I'm in the process of designing, a project that would never have arisen if I was not under the mentorship of Miranda and the wider group. In addition, my day-to-day regular work is plentiful at the moment. I have a strong network of business colleagues and links, which is vital to help grow and strengthen my business. My business looks and feels very different to the one I had 6 months ago. So I absolutely love working with ambitious people who want great things from their business, and that's where the best match of my skills is. If you are keen to achieve more, you're keen to learn, you're open to ideas, then I could be working with you to help you build your business. So if you're that person, you can apply now for your free strategy session. I'm here to help you. All you have to do is drop me a line, miranda@businessskillsstudio.com, and explain in your email why you would like to spend 30 minutes talking to me about your business. Now, I said I only have limited slots available. If you can't tell me why you want 30 minutes of my time, then I can't afford to give you those 30 minutes. I need you to be very clear why you'd like to spend 30 minutes talking to me about your business. And if you are clear and I can see how I can help you, then I will get back in touch with you and we will book that half-hour slot. Okay, and in that half-hour slot, we'll really try and unravel some ideas that will propel you to the next level. Now, I said there were some free bonuses for everyone who attended this webinar today. Or if you're watching this webinar as a recording, you can also drop me a line to get your hands on the Fast Start Business Plan on a Page blueprint and the free cheat sheet of free and low-cost marketing tools. So there's 2 freebies there. You just need to, again, email me personally for those and I'll whiz them straight across to you, miranda@businessskillsstudio.com. So that's for your free Fast Start Business Plan on a Page blueprint and your free cheat sheet of top free and low-cost marketing tools. Both of those documents are really good for good ones to help you get your thoughts focused at a time of business startup or business growth. So take action to make it happen. I'm here to help you. Remember, there's my email address, miranda@businessskillsstudio.com. If you'd like your free 30-minute strategy session, remember, just drop me a line explaining why you want to spend 30 minutes chatting to me about your business and what you feel I may be able to do to help you. Just make sure that's clear in the email and I will get back in touch with you and set that up. If you'd like to stay in touch, you can like our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Business Skills Studio. And thank you so much for coming along today and to watching this webinar. I hope now you are feeling less overwhelmed and a whole lot clearer about how to turn your skills into a profitable business. Thank you very much, and I hope to speak to you very soon.